What's going on, people? Ben here from Bateman Talks Tottenham, back with another video of my dad Paul.
Hi.
Where today we'll be previewing this week's Premier League action. Spurs take on Aston Villa in what could be a crucial game in both clubs' season. Both clubs with some injuries, us far worse off in my opinion. I think this is going to be a really tough game this weekend. What do you think?
Yeah, big test because Aston Villa are playing pretty well, and we just sort of see what we can do with what we've got.
Yeah. Obviously their away form hasn't been anywhere near as good as their home form, which is something we can look into with maybe a little bit of positivity. However, the injuries we have, I think we're really going to struggle in this game. The pace of players like Ollie Watkins and Moussa Diaby being among the quickest and most informed players in the Premier League in terms of goal scoring. So I think, if I'm brutally honest, this is going to be a tough game.
It'll be a very tough game, yeah. Looking forward to it though. It'll be cold as well.
Yes, unfortunately there won't be a Matchday vlog as I won't be able to attend the game, but my father will be there, so we'll report in the match reaction later on in the evening or the next day. But yeah, I'm dreading this game if I'm honest.
I don't feel quite as bad as that about it, but he's going to play the way he's going to play, and it might work.
Yeah, well, obviously, team news coming into this. All the injuries we know of, the likes of Maddison, Mickey van der Ven out. Cuti Romero is still suspended. Yves Bissouma is suspended. Pape Sarr has supposedly got a knock, Ange said. So it's 50-50 probably if he's going to play. Probably less in our favour, considering he said that he didn't train.
The doggy back.
Yep, that is another good one. Destiny Doggy being back. And Ashley Phillips, who you would think would have been the first option at centre-back off the bench, has also got an ankle injury with the England squad. Which is a shame for him, because if Dyer or Davies had got injured, it probably would have been his shot.
Yeah, it would have been his chance to
show
what he can do.
Alfie Dorrington will fill in as the next choice, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he may even get some minutes.
Yeah, and just said with the injuries we've got at the moment that young players like Jamie Donnelly or the centre-backs like Dorrington are going to get a chance, but he wanted to bed them into the first team environment first and see how they cope, because obviously there's a big step up from junior football to men's football, isn't there? Yeah.
We'll see what he does, but it'd be nice to see him get the chance to show something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen right away, but I think it could happen in recent weeks. You never know. Dyer might get injured, Davis might get injured, and then one of them has to come on. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about throwing them in the deep end against Man City, though. I'm not sure if that would be the best, almost the most helpful experience.
Yeah. Is Romero back for that?
No, Romero is also not back for Man City, so I think Man City next week is going to be a tricky one.
Yeah, very much so.
But looking at this game again, what would you sort of say score-wise you reckon it might be?
Oh, probably a draw. 2-2.
I'd take that if I'm honest before kick-off. I'm going to go with 2 on defeat.
Right.
Unfortunately, I just think the pace of people like Moussa Diaby against the defenders we have on the pitch, I think is a recipe for disaster.
Right.
And I think that they are really going to be causing us a threat with those players. If they have a bad day at finishing and we can be extra clinical, then you never know.
Yeah.
But it's about, we've got to get that creativity to have our good chances. And on the topic of creativity, Andrews asked about Giovanni Lo Celso, and he said that he was a player that he really looked into when he got the job at Spurs, and said that he is an important player and he's going to get some opportunities in the next couple of weeks, which, well, he kind of needs to, doesn't he, with Maddison being out. And he had a decent cameo, I thought, against Wolves. Not so much attacking output, but he got stuck into a few challenges, which I think is something we've always seen with Lo Celso. Yeah. Even in the brief periods of play he's been at the club, and when he's not been injured, he has always been one to sort of dive into tackles. Yeah. I vividly remember against Man City in the Steven Bergwijn game, him playing a bit deeper, and he was really getting stuck in that game, thinking what's happened to him. So if he can combine that with some creative output, then we could be on for a player.
Be interesting to see what he does with Højbjerg.
Well, Højbjerg will probably play in that Bissouma role, I reckon. Yes. Bissouma being suspended.
Yeah, but he might have to go backwards as well.
Yeah. If we're looking at the lineup, we'll probably be Vicario, Porro, Dyer and Davis, Udogie, Højbjerg. You'd think maybe even Skip with the Pape Sarr news, which you'd think it's not the best in terms of Skip hasn't had a lot of minutes, but at the end of the day, it's also, you can see it as it's an opportunity to play. He's had experience of playing with Højbjerg many times, so it's not like it's two totally new partners. And then you think Giovanni Lo Celso will slot in that centre mid role, unless he decides to put Kulusevski at centre mid. There have been some suggestions of putting Kula as a sort of attacking mid and having one of the other wingers, but then the problem is we've got so many injuries up front that it's there's a room to do that.
Unless you have Gilson and Johnson. Something like that.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting lineup. I'll be honest. I reckon it's probably going to be more. It'll be three sort of midfielders: Lo Celso, Skip, and Højbjerg, and then a normal front three. But if Kulusevski was played deeper, then you never know. It could be quite an interesting lineup, wouldn't it?
Could be.
Yeah.
Well,
not the most optimistic coming into this game, but you never know with football, and you just got to hope that the lads in the stadium and the lads on the pitch can spur the team onto victory.
Well, we will.
Yeah, well, leave us your score predictions in the comments below, but don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, come on you Spurs!